Cincinnati Bengals make the playoff, which I think
I knew that was coming.
Which
I knew that was coming.
I think they have a chance of doing. Sir, all I'm saying is this. You cannot tell me watching Joe Burrow play he's not the best quarterback in the NFL. I'm sorry, you just can't tell me that. I'm sorry. You can't tell me that.
I'm going to tell you exactly why I can tell you that. And before I make this point, I don't care about Cincinnati's defense. I don't care. The Cincinnati Bengals were 4-8 before they went on this little win streak they've been going on. They were 4-8. Very much dead in the water. No chance. I remember last year when Josh Allen made his little run after the Bills started out 6-6. It was like, oh wait, we should put Josh Allen in the MVP. Josh Allen finished 5th in the final MVP ladder. It was Lamar and then it was Dak Prescott. You cannot sneak yourself into the MVP after starting out a season like that. We got to look at the entire season. We're not looking at 4, 5, 6 games and with that. We got to look at the entire season in its totality. You can talk about Cincinnati's defense being terrible, and they have been god-awful. I will give you that. But there have been moments where Joe Burrow has had the football with a chance to win football games, and he's turned it over. First game against Baltimore Ravens. There is no way in hell the Ravens should have came back and won that football game in Cincinnati. They should have lost that game. What happened? Joe Burrow has Jamar Chase one-on-one with a rookie corner and Nate Wiggins. And I love Nate Wiggins. I think he has a bright future. He ain't got no business dealing with Jamar Chase. He ain't got no business being on Jamar Chase.
I agree with that.
I see that as a quarterback. I'd be like, oh, hell yeah. Take his ass. Go deep. What does Burrow do? He literally telegraphs it, throws a slant. Marlon Humphrey jumps the slant route, interception. Now the Ravens have a chance to win it. That can't happen. That's not what MVPs do. Against the Pittsburgh Steelers at home, 2 turnovers, fumble, interception. Come on, man! Like we can't get I can't get caught up in what look. And Joe Burrow is played phenomenal. He's playing out of his mind. Offense looks unstoppable right now for Cincinnati. Yeah, if they somehow snuck into the playoffs, I'd be a little shook if I'm Josh Allen in Buffalo, especially since Burrow already came in your house and beat you in snowy Buffalo, which is supposed to be an advantage for you with Josh Allen. So I bet that Josh Allen is probably like, yeah, I don't think I want to see this guy again. So I get what you're saying from the perspective of Cincinnati making the playoffs. They can make some noise. They are very capable, especially with that offense, with those 2 elite wide receivers, even though this is probably their last year together with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. They have a chance to make some noise for sure. But I refuse to have Joe Burrow in an MVP conversation. Is he a sneaky pick? Sure. He's played phenomenal, out of his mind. We got to look at the whole season, brother. Not just a 5-game winning streak.
You make the best point. And, I try not fair, but if I'm right, wrong, I like to call out which right and which wrong. I'm looking at this schedule now. Okay, that Pittsburgh loss, he had 2 turnovers in that game, like you said. The game against the Chargers, they lost that by 7, 34-27. The game against the Ravens at Baltimore, they lost 35-34. But you ain't even get to the most egregious loss. Like I said in the previous segment, previous topic. That you can't have that. You can't
That's your MVP losing to Jacoby Brissett.
You cannot have that on your record. You feel me? If you really try and be in the MVP conversation. Now, the reason why I think he's third the reason why I would have him third or fourth, obviously I feel like Saquon, again, it's not that I'm taking him out of the conversation. I'm just ranking quarterback.
Yeah.
The reason why I would have him third on my ballot, yeah, like he turned the ball over. Yeah, he didn't, start out well. He didn't do everything he was supposed to do, bro. I mean, this brother is he leads the NFL in passing yards. He leads the NFL in touchdowns. His touchdown to interception ratio, he got 42 touchdowns to 8 picks. So again, like his defense is bad. He does have 2 of the best receivers tandem in the game. Jamar Chase got 1,600 yards and 16 touchdowns. T. Higgins got almost 900 yards and 10 touchdowns. So I'll give you that. But, man, listen, to me, most valuable player, and again, Josh and Lamar are ranked ahead of him. But if you took the Bengals defense is terrible. You even said that. If you took Joe Burrow off this team, I don't know if they win a game.
Take Lamar Jackson out the Ravens. What are they? A 2-win football team? Maybe 3? Because they're going to load the box. They're going to say, "Hey, Derrick Henry, you're not going to beat us."
I agree.
You take Josh out. You take Josh Allen off of Buffalo. What do you think they are?
So I got Josh 1, Lamar 2, and I got Joe 3. I
And
think
look,
Joe.
that's fine. Yeah, I got no problem with you putting Burrow in the conversation, but the speculation that Burrow has a chance to win MVP is absolute BS. No, I wouldn't. If someone votes for Joe Burrow, take their right to vote for MVP away, because that's garbage. I'm sorry, no. If we're gonna stay consistent and look at the entire totality of the season and how Cincinnati started versus how the Buffalo Bills lived all season long with the expectations that they had going in, and the Baltimore Ravens, we have to look at that. We cannot start changing things up because Burrow's playing out of his mind. I'm gonna tell you something. Lamar Jackson didn't get in that consideration if the Ravens started like that. No, they don't care about how bad his defense is. They don't care about the lack of talent. No.
Okay, all right, but let me say this. Lamar and Joe does it every year, so that's why I probably think we're accustomed to it. But they both started out 0-2,
And
you know what I'm saying?
okay,
So my point. I'm not saying not in Lamar. I'm just saying with Joe, like I just feel like he should. I feel like yes, he didn't have the game against New England. He said moments of interceptions and turnovers. I get that, but 43-8. And again, you were 4-8, and you got your team in position to make the playoffs. And I'm gonna take it a step further. I've been saying this, so I'm just get it out here so the world can hear. If the Bengals made the wild card, made the 7th seed, they beat Buffalo in the first round. They would beat Buffalo in the first round, and honestly, they would beat the Chiefs in the second round.